Hi, I'm John Flynn. This is Copley Advertising, and today we're going to be talking about firing clients. You're fired. Ever said that to a client? You're fired. I've never said that. But I've said I won't work with you anymore. I said I won't work with you, I won't start working with you, and after a while I'm not going to work with you anymore. We're going to finish what we're doing, we're done. Seems crazy, doesn't it? Yeah, back in the old days I would never do that. No. I had an account that yelled at me for 3 years every day. Every day. Called me on the phone. I was like, I was doing a great job. Great job. 3 years every day yelled at me. And what happened after 3 years is that they didn't renew my contract. Went with somebody else. Even though my numbers were incredible. I did everything they've ever asked me to do. But that happens in business all the time. That's not the story. The story is that, I'm a small company, right? So I even think this goes for medium-sized companies, that you can't waste your energy on something that makes you feel so bad that you can't wake up in the morning. You know what I mean? It's just you can't, you're thinking about it all the time because you can't win. It's a no-win situation. Or the programs, I've had people call me on the phone and be like, oh, we want to do this, this type of program. I'm like, no. No. They're like, can you do it? I'm like, oh yeah, I could do it. But I won't, because it doesn't work. Okay? It's fraud written, doesn't work, and it'd be a waste of your money and my time. And you know what? You're gonna hate me, all right? And I don't need that. And they're like, whoa. I'm like, they go away. Then I'm positive somebody else picks them up. And sometimes they send me a note. They actually send me a note. Wow, we're going to work with so-and-so. They could say they could do it. I'm sure they can. I don't know who so-and-so is. They're doing geofencing with their laundromat. I don't know. A lot of people are doing weird things. I'm a mobile marketing agency. I do geofencing. I do demographic. I do pre-marketing. I do impression IDs. I do retargeting IDs. I do conversion pixels. I do Facebook integration. I do a whole bunch of stuff. So, if we want to sit down and have an adult conversation about what we want to do and how to get to your goals in a cheap way, right? I'm not about, I had a client call me the other day, big client, and say, we want to add these 3 cities to the program. And they were like, well, I guess that'll cost us like $3,000. I was like, no, it costs $1,500. They're like, really? I'm like, yeah, because you're comparing apples and oranges. So it's like, you're comparing apples and oranges. So this isn't as big, so it's not going to cost me that much to do it. I could have easily said, yeah, $3,000, sure. But and I wasn't trying to be a superhero there. But I mean, that stuff kind of bites you in the in the end, because then. It just becomes problematic in the sense of explaining to the client the price structure, I don't have a rigid price structure, to tell you the truth. I'm $4 a CPM, that's for sure. But every job's kind of different of how many impressions and what you need and what you need for me to do. So I kind of have to figure out, what's going on. So I don't have like a rate card, It's like this stuff's too fluid. I got new stuff every day. So, I just kind of deal with Newstar, a humongous third party. They have all kinds of, men who love to cook at 40 years old and a mid-salary, exactly that. But, great stuff. So, it puts it all together. But so if I know I'm going to work somebody who wants something ridiculous, I want to do households, but drill down to, only geofence the house. No. You're going to get nobody. You're going to get like 3 impressions a day. You can't do that. They got to do at least 1 kilometer out. They're going to get what you want to go with it. And that's okay, because people move in and out of their sphere, right? And they get the click-through rate, and that's fine, all right? So, You can do a zip code, you know, that's okay. But I mean, I need more impressions to kind of, you know, get do what I need to do to optimize correctly. But anyway, so it's not, I mean, I dealt with buyers who had good ideas but not the greatest attitude, which is, I could deal with that. You want to be cranky at me, that's fine, you're giving me money. And I've dealt with very nice buyers whose idea was okay, and I knew that they were a nice enough person that I could sit down and be reasonable and we could figure out a program that would work for everybody, and that's fine. But, you know, it's the combination of like someone who's like going to be, you know, unreasonable and has an unreasonable program that won't work. See, that's the other thing. I don't like to do things that don't work because it's bad for my brand and it's just bad. I just don't like it. I don't want to do well, you know, in what I do, you know, and I don't have tolerance for stuff that doesn't work. And as a small company, it's you know, this is a problem with us small entrepreneurs, is that it's really hard because, you know, we're sitting there with, you know, humongous bills to pay and everything, and somebody comes in, we're like, okay. You know, fine, that's great. I'll build a house out of toothpicks. Guaranteed. When it rains, it won't fall. You know, we do these things. Well, I've taken some business I regretted, you know. But, you know, that's the way to go. It's easy to talk the talk. Easy to walk the walk. Not easy to walk the walk, but, you know, I'm not in your shoes. I'm not in your shoes. So, you know, I can't say, you know, I want to, you know, just share my stuff. So, anyway, don't be afraid, though. I know. I had to fire somebody the other day, and I was not feeling good about it. It's a $10,000 contract. I looked at it, and I was like, you know how hard it is to turn down a $10,000 contract? It's like, no, I can't do it. Tears coming down. But it was the right thing to do. It was the right business decision to make. And I feel good about it now, kind of. But no, I feel it. John Foley, Copley Advertising. Give me 1 month. Of mobile marketing, and I'll fix it.